if you are into stocks, you know right now that Nvidia is the talk of the town right now. Okay, this is Nvidia's chart. Look at it. It's been on a tear since the beginning of the year. This is the stock that's mostly associated with everything AI, whether that's rightfully so or not, I can't say, but this is the stock that's attributed, the most with AI growth, because, with artificial intelligence, obviously you're going to need chips, and, Nvidia is one of the largest chip makers. They're also building AI programs and things like that. So, a lot of your graphics and things, games making themselves, all kind of crazy stuff, right? So they had their earnings yesterday after the close of business, and you see right now their last price was $471, but pre-market they're already at $509 because they just crushed their earnings. Okay, and this is gonna go higher. There's no doubt about it. But I want to share with you why. Three things. Number one, why I completely got out of stocks because of stuff like this. And you'll look at this chart, you say, BSG, what are you talking about? It's going up. Why would you not want to be a part of this? Okay, I'm going to explain to you why, and I'm going to show you why this is super dangerous. This is the most dangerous thing going on in finances right now. This is the biggest threat to our economy right now. And number three, why I am so bullish on crypto. Okay, so first let me address this. All right, just so you see it going up. People only look at this number, they don't really understand why things are the way they are, or people really don't understand valuations, period. That's why I created my course, so I could help people understand. All right, so briefly let me just share with you what's really going on. Okay, here's a stock chart, again, different website. All right, they're already showing the pre-market number. I think that's funny. Okay, yearly you see is up 173%. Oh wow, right? But what really matters is this number right here. Okay, and I didn't even know this about Nvidia, but this is pretty crazy. Okay, Nvidia's, if you take all of the shares, because people say, what is market cap? Okay, just keeping it simple. If you take all of the shares of Nvidia and you times it by the current share price, it will give you what's called the market capitalization. And that basically means, or what they tell people it means, is this is what the company is worth. Now, between me and you, it's not what the company is worth, but this is what they tell people. All right. So based on that, Nvidia is yet another company that's worth more than $1 trillion US as of August 2023. This number is going to go up today. Okay. One company, $1 trillion US. Okay, watch this now, because they're not the only ones. Here's Apple. Apple is worth $3 trillion. $3 trillion. Okay, Microsoft, $2.4 trillion. Okay, let's do Google. Google is worth, no, that ain't true. That ain't true, because it says right here, unless they dropped. Did Google drop 50%? I need to look at the Google chart. But at one time it was worth 1.5 trillion. They're saying it's only 772 billion. Google dropped 50%. I don't have the time to look at it right now, but that's what they're saying. And then here's Nvidia. And there are other, I don't even have Amazon on here. Again, 1.42 trillion. Okay, so just a few, and there's obviously thousands of companies on the stock market. I don't know how many of them now. It used to just be a couple. Now it's at least 4 or 5. Okay, what is the significance of that? Why does this matter, BSG? Like, okay, yeah, they worth a lot of money. Of course, they're worth a lot of money. What does that mean? Let me show you what it means. Okay, you know what this is? This is all of the US dollars in circulation in the world. All of the US dollars in the world. Do you know what this number is? This number is in billions. So what that means is, according to the data, there's only $2.3 trillion in circulation, period. What that means is just Apple is supposedly worth more than all of the US dollars in circulation. Just Apple, not all of the other ones, not even all of the other thousands of companies. Just Apple. What does that mean? Let me explain to you how dangerous this is. First of all, just off rip, this number is a lie. There is way, way, way more than $2.3 trillion. I don't know why they keep reporting this. We know that the government has given out, stimulus checks and different things over the years. We know that they keep increasing the debt ceiling. They keep giving the defense fund money. They keep coming up with all these bills that cost money. All that stuff should be increasing and calculated into the circulating dollars, but it's not. Okay, so this is a lot. There's no telling how many trillion. We're not even counting all the dollars that other countries are potentially holding. China, Japan, almost every other superpower in the world is holding US dollars. Right? So why is blockchain so important? Blockchain is so important. The reason why China hates it so much, they sending people to jail for life for mining Bitcoin, even though they're mining Bitcoin themselves. But we're not going to get into that. The reason why it's so important and why the bad countries hate it is because it's transparent. See, if the US dollar was on the blockchain, we would be able to instantly see right now every wallet that owns exactly how much US dollars, when and how it's transacted, so on and so forth. They don't want that kind of transparency. Okay, I can't tell you what the number probably is, but this is what they're reporting. So based on what they're reporting, what that means is, if for whatever reason every Apple holder decided to sell all their shares, every Apple holder selling would crash the entire financial system. Hello? If Apple, just Apple, for whatever reason, any reason, people just woke up and say, you know what, I'm gonna sell Apple. I'm gonna sell Apple. It would crash the entire system because, according to this, there's not close to as much money as needed to sell your Apple shares. Okay, now here's the thing. I won't get into it, but I'll just get into it a little bit. It wouldn't take $3 trillion to get out of Apple. Everybody thinks that their shares is worth this. It's not. Everybody thinks that whatever the price of Apple is right now, $181, all the millions of Apple holders think that their share is worth $181. No, it's not. No, it's not. If just 10% of people sell, it's going to cause the price to go down dramatically. So your shares aren't going to be worth that. Your shares are going to be worth something different than what they're showing right now. Okay, but that's deeper stuff that I get into in my course and all that, right? We ain't got to get into that right now. But the bottom line is there's not enough money, not enough dollars to support all of these $1 trillion allegedly companies, and one now that Nvidia now is a part of. That's just one company. Okay, now the banks don't even have this amount of money in the accounts. The banks are only required, in fact, I don't think they're required to keep any amount. At one time, they were required to keep 10%. Trump took that down to 0. So the banks aren't required to keep any of this money in accounts. You can deposit $1 million in the bank today. That $1 million will be taken out of that bank account tonight. They'll give you a card, right? And they'll say, oh, you have this money, but you're just trading numbers. You're just trading a spreadsheet. The money is not actually there. I'm talking facts, man. It's not there. Right? So if you're in one of these stocks and you say, oh man, stock going well, man, I'm going to get out. If for whatever reason, let's say that, you have been in Nvidia stock for a while, right? And, you're like, yo, I'm ready to cash out. If for whatever reason you wanted cash, you're not going to be able to get that. You're not going to be able to get that. They will shut you down if you try to do that. Ain't that crazy? They'll give you a card. You will transfer the money from your broker to your bank, right? Assuming the relationship with the broker and the bank is still good. The bank could decide to say, hey, we don't like this broker. Hello? Has that happened before? Absolutely. It's been happening with a lot of stuff, and they're trying to do it with crypto right now. You'll have money, and the bank could just say, oh, we don't like that broker. We don't like E-Trade. It could be for political reasons. It could be like, let's say JP Morgan wants to try to take over that broker or something, and the broker is trying to hold out for a better price. JP Morgan Chase is just like, you know what? We're not working with E-Trade right now to try to drive the price down. That kind of stuff happens. So your stuff will be stuck with the broker. You don't own your stocks. Your broker owns your stocks. It's not your money till you put it in the bank. So the bank has to allow the transfer. Then, if you try to go get it out, depending on what you look like, they might not let you take the money out. They might not let you take it out. Oh, that's never happened. Oh, yes, it has. I've seen cops show up for people trying to cash a $30,000 check. Right? You trying to cash $1 million? Come on now. Right? So that's the danger in this. Just one company that's so overvalued, right, could crash the entire financial economy around the world, not just in the United States, because there's so many people that depend on the U.S. I thought this was interesting. Everybody know what was happening around here, right? Everybody know what was happening in 2020, 2019. That was COVID time, right? Everything was shut down. People lost jobs. People died. What? Look at Apple's valuation in 2020, which is just about $1 trillion. And look at it now at $3 trillion. Do you think the U.S. economy has grown 3x in 3 years? Let's take a look. Let's see if we can pull that up real quick. U.S. GDP is, this is how fast all the services, all the people, all the businesses, the activity, everything. How much is your country growing? That's what this is. Okay? All right. Now, all we have to do is look at these last few years. Here we go. Okay, now I don't know what happened here. Are they saying we grew 35% in 2020? Well, the reason why we might have grown, let's go back, is because we contracted. Yeah, there you go. So we contracted damn near 40% in 2020. And so all we did was make up, look at that. All we did was make up what we lost. That's all we did. But this is the growth rate. Look now. This is the growth rate of the United States, the top economy arguably in the world. The United States, look at the growth rate. It's flat. It's flat. It might have been 2% here, 2% there. I don't know if I can go back to that chart. There's a chart. Okay. Last year we grew 3.2%. This is quarterly. I guess. Is this quarterly? I guess this is quarterly. 3.2%, 2.6, 2.4%. Okay. They try to target 2% growth. We grew a little bit more back here because, again, we fell. Definitely not. What'd I say? Where was we? 3x. Can we go back to? Not 3x. Not 3x, bro. So how is it possible? And I could do the same thing. I could do the same thing for every single one of these companies. Here's Microsoft. 3 to 4x growth. Here's Google. What we got? 2x growth. Here's Amazon. Amazon, like 50% growth. We're not growing this much. So how is it that these companies are growing this fast reportedly? What is the importance of the market cap? The importance of the market cap is this is how the executives get paid. They get paid in shares. So if they make their price go up, they get paid more. So rich people are literally able to control how much they make just by making their price go up. Okay, I just found this out this morning. Can I pull this up? No, this is Alphabet. I need Apple. I just found this out this morning. At one time, where is it? Here, there we go. At one time, Apple had $200 billion in cash. Let me take you back. Y'all don't believe me? Were they only showing 30? No, Apple had $200 billion in cash. But just look at, let's just go with this. 35 billion in cash. 38 billion in cash. That's a healthy company, right? Well, you would think, okay, you worth $1 trillion. You should have what? 3%. 3% of your net worth allegedly in cash. Right? But look what has happened since then. Everybody used to always ask the question, what is Apple going to do with all that cash? What are they going to do with all that cash? Okay. Look at what's been happening to Apple's cash. This shocked me, bro. Look at Apple. Apple is worth $3 trillion, allegedly. And they have $3 billion in cash. Let's put that in perspective, okay? That's like saying, let me see, 3 trillion. That's not 1%. That's 0.1%. Okay, so let's say that you are worth 100,000. That's what you say your net worth is, or that you add. Oh, this is what I'm worth. You worth 100,000, but you still got to pay bills and all of that. You only have $100 to your name in cash. But yet you worth 100,000. Or Apple, you worth 3 trillion, you only got 3 billion in cash. Now the question that I had was, what are they doing with all that cash? I know Apple TV is a thing, they invested in that, but it certainly don't cost $30 billion to create a Netflix app, or your own version. Like, what did they do with their money? Well, remember what I said? Executives get paid for. Executives get paid based on the stock price, the market cap. So notice what's been happening. Hold on, let's go back. Can we go back? Let's go back, baby. What's been happening to Apple stock price while their cash has been dwindling? Do you see this? So what's been happening, BSG? What's been happening is Apple has been taking their cash and buying back their own stock just for the purpose of inflating the stock price, just so the executives and investors can make more money. So they're just pumping their valuation for valuation's sake to enrich themselves. But yet, right now, if these numbers are true, okay, this is just, you got to question everything. This is just one website, but this is a legit site, y'all. That's why I picked it. If this is true, they only have 3 billion. I find that very hard to believe, to be honest. 3 billion in cash to handle, whatever might happen. And they are without question the most important company in the U.S. stock market. They're most important. This is why they don't allow you access to your stocks. This is why they don't let you day trade. This is why. Because they want you to lock your stuff up, because if, let's say this video went viral or something, if a bunch of people decided, hey, I don't like this, I want to sell my shares, literally 10% of Apple holders could crash all banks, the entire system. Just 10%. That's why they don't let you control it. That's why it's controlled by companies. Most of the time, it's organizations and institutions that control the stocks, that own the stocks. That's why they make you go through your job to get stocks. They put it in your 401k. They create these situations where you literally are penalized if you try to sell. All under the guise of, oh, we want to help you retire. It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with them helping themselves become rich. Like seriously, how do you call your company a good company when this is happening to your cash? Blew my mind, right? Man, this thing is teeter. When I figured this out, I'm like, oh no, 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 no. And I want to be perfectly clear. When I got out, a whole lot of these companies kept going up because hey, the whole governments of the world are designed to keep this Ponzi going. They're all designed to keep making it happen, right? But what's going to happen? What's the danger? At some point, one of these companies are going to break, or a broker is going to break. And by break, I mean it's going to be hacked or something like that. They're going to steal people's shares, and literally all the money that you thought you had will not be there. That is what we talk about when we talk about crypto, talk about ownership. All you looking at is a computer screen. All you're looking at is what somebody is telling you. If you log on to your broker and let's say the broker is hacked or just the spreadsheet is hacked, the numbers are hacked, right? Anything like that can wipe away whatever you think you have. So let me show you now. I just showed you 4 or 5. There's thousands of companies. Thousands. I just showed you 4 or 5 all worth $1 trillion or more. Why am I so excited about crypto? Let me show you. Here's Bitcoin. Oh, it's been down. Oh, it's down 7% over the last 7 days. Oh my. Oh, the world is gonna crash. All the stupid crypto people. Right? I shouldn't call them crypto people. I should call them something else that don't really understand what this is really about. Right? Oh, Bitcoin is going down. We're going down. We're going down. Look at the market cap, guys. 500 billion. let me put that in perspective for you. What you are essentially saying is that where's that? Because I done lost it. Okay. I gotta go back to NVIDIA. You're essentially saying that chips are worth more than an entire monetary system. Chips, semiconductors, worth more than an entire monetary system. Countries are using Bitcoin. They're using it. See, I don't just like to talk about stuff, bro. I like to show it. Right? Look at this. I thought there were more, honestly. Just 2 countries are using Bitcoin as legal tender. Central African Republic, El Salvador. 2. Look at all the ones that's about to come on board. I don't know what Zimbabwe waiting on. I don't know. They need to get on there. Dubai for sure. I don't think India it will be last. China will be last. But bro, look how early it still is. Look at this. Okay, this needs to be updated. The UK will adopt before China. Right? Look at this. But you know what they won't be using? NVIDIA chips. They'll be using Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin is one of few truly decentralized currencies. Right? And there's an opportunity. Because see, what people don't like about Bitcoin is the numbers change. Imagine if we had something that was based on Bitcoin, that uses Bitcoin, but you were more comfortable with the numbers. The numbers didn't change that much. Like, Imagine something like that. You imagine if that was like, what is that going to do for the price of Bitcoin and for crypto? Bro, currency, people paying their bills, paying for food, paying for houses, that's more important than graphics cards. It's more important than Netflix. It's, I dare say, more important than iPhones. Some of these countries' entire GDP is not worth Apple. You're trying to tell me that people using iPhones is bigger than entire countries? The whole GDP of the entire country? I would advise you to get out more. If you truly honestly believe that. I've been to Dubai. I've been to a number of these countries. A lot of these countries got it going on. They got a lot of stuff going on. Certainly more than just what an iPhone can do. When I figured out Nigeria for sure. You know how big Nigeria is? Nigeria was and still is like number 1 or 2 for Bitcoin adoption. I don't know why it's down here because people just don't know. Because people hate on Nigeria and stuff like that. This is the people's vote. This is not actuality. Nigeria will adopt Bitcoin. They won't have any choice because their currency is dying. They won't have a choice. And a lot of these companies, hear me, they're trying to fight it. They're trying to fight it. Why you think there's so much FUD going on in the United States? Because if the United States loses control of their currency, they lose control of the world. So they're going to fight against it, of course. But it's going to happen anyway because they won't have a choice. And the more countries that adopt this, the more it will become a reality for others as well. China will be last. Even though China is mining Bitcoin, trust me, they'll be all the countries that try to control their people, they'll be last. Right? So again, guys, you don't want to be a part. Remember, I talked about this before. You don't want to be a part of something that has already happened. I'm sitting here telling you now, honestly, I'm being 100% honest with you. NVIDIA is going to keep going up. In fact, NVIDIA is probably going to double from here. I'm telling you that. On paper. It'll double on paper. I don't know if you'll be able to access your money, but it will double on paper. I am telling you that straight up. So if you have $100 million, $10 million, if you want a place to stick it and ride with the ups and downs, here you go. But I don't think I'm talking to nobody like that right now. I'm talking to the regular person that's just trying to make it. Right? And here's the thing. Regular people who were trying to make it put $1,000 or $5,000 in Bitcoin, and now they're millionaires if they held. That's what those are the type of opportunities I share. Those are the things that I want for people. Those are the things that help me. I didn't come in the game with 10 million or a million or 100,000 or 10,000. I came in the game with less than 10,000. I don't have less than 10,000 now. And that did not happen because of stock. That happened because I recognized Bitcoin at 1,000. I remember Ethereum at $10. I didn't buy it, but I remember it at $10. Right? I remember BNB at 20 something cents. I didn't buy it, but I bought it at $1. Right? I could have bought it at 20 something cents. I'm like, I don't really know. It's a new exchange. I don't know. It's brand new. Then it was $1. I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right, let's get in. Let's see what happened. Look where we are now. And it's down now. It's down now. This was $600. It's down now. So that's all everybody went, oh, it's going down. You don't look at where we were. You look at where we've been. Just like every other company, there's ups and downs. Of course, things are going to go down when the U.S. government specifically is trying to harm it, trying to FUD it every chance they get. And Binance specifically, because the JP Morgans and the Chases and the banks and the governments and the people that control the banks, they are so afraid of Binance. Let me show you some real quick. Remember we talked about Apple's cash? 3 billion, and according to this site, they had 35 billion. I have read Apple had 200 billion. So I don't know if that was a lie or whatever. You know, obviously without blockchain, we can't verify. But right now, they're saying 3 billion. At one time, they had 35 billion. You want to know something? You want to know something crazy? You know how much cash Binance has? They have the equivalent of 70 billion in cash asset or liquid assets, crypto. 70 billion. Yet look at the market cap. Their entire market cap is 33 billion. They have 70 billion in crypto, specifically Bitcoin and Ethereum. 70 billion. Do you understand? Do you know how many companies have more cash than their net worth? I only know of one. This one right here. More cash in the bank than their entire net worth. What that means, if this is how you know that Binance is legit. If they wanted to, they could spike the entire crypto market and sell everything just to pump up BNB if they wanted to. But they have not done that. And I don't think they will. Because they're that open and transparent. People would hate them for doing that. But that's what these companies are doing. They are taking the profits that they're making and they're just buying up their stock. These stocks that are worthless. You can't buy a hamburger, a peanut butter jelly and cheese sandwich. You can't do anything with this stuff but look at it at a screen. But yet BNB you can actually use. You can go and buy coffee with BNB or Bitcoin or Ethereum. You can go and buy a hamburger. You can buy clothes. It actually has a use case. Are you kidding me? Right? So as impressive as this has been, and make no mistake, it is impressive. The bottom line is, somebody that's watching me right now, if you had put $1,000 in NVIDIA, it would be worth 3,000 and something dollars when the market opens today. Okay, that's hey, all right, hey, no problem. I mean, does that change your life? No. Does it change your address? No. But it's better than keeping your money in the bank. More power to you. But with crypto, right? If this gets to, which it for damn sure should, if this gets to $1 trillion market cap, that's 30x. You put 1,000 in that's 30 grand. Hello? You buy a whole Bitcoin right now, I fully expect Bitcoin to be $1 million. So you buy one Bitcoin right now, you have a chance to go to $1 million. The entire crypto industry is worth 1.07 trillion. That means that Nvidia is worth more than the entire crypto industry. Apple is worth 3 times more than the entire crypto industry. Alphabet, Amazon, and whoever else worth more than the entire crypto industry. Do you honestly believe that that should be the case? Do you honestly believe crypto is not going to continue growing? I got to show you the extreme of that. You know that. Then you have stuff like this. The market cap, 2.6 million. Not billion. 2.6 million. You think this isn't going to grow? You are you seriously? Right? Look at this. You think this isn't going to continue? We don't know what they're going to do, what they're going to build. They're talking about building things. You just go follow them on CoinMarketCap, Twitter. They're talking about doing stuff. We don't know. It could flop. But I'll take my chance at something at 2.6 million, because if this goes to $1 billion, do you know what X that is? That's 500, 400X right now. 400. That means if you put 1,000 in that 1,000 could turn into 400,000. Hello? Yeah, I'm gonna take that chance, and I'm gonna be patient, and I'm gonna wait. Whereas this stuff is already, if you got $1,000 or $10,000 or $20,000, it's already too late. If you got $10, $20 million, sure, this is a great opportunity, right? The stocks are a rich man's game. And that's why I stopped paying attention to stocks when I figured out all this stuff. It's a rich man's game that could end from one hack, one blunder, one mishap, one attack, one whatever. Whereas with crypto, there's nothing that can happen, specifically with Bitcoin, that can destroy Bitcoin. Nothing. Whatever you put in there is yours forever. You got it. Will the price go up and down? Yes. But so does the dollar. The dollar goes up and down. You just don't get it. You just don't understand. If you went to the store, right, and something was 0.001 Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin can drop 10% overnight. When you go to that store, if everybody's on the Bitcoin system, it's still going to be 0.001 Bitcoin. That's why everybody needs to stop worrying about the price. You have never, ever went into the store and was about to buy something, and you said, I wonder how much the dollar is worth today. Should I buy this? Is the dollar up or down? Bro, the shirt going to cost $80. It don't matter what the value of the dollar is compared to the euro or everything else. The only time that comes into play is when you go to another country. Right? But that's another video for another time. I'm just telling you, this is why I quit stocks and why I focused on crypto. You have one company worth more than the entire crypto industry. There's no doubt in my mind that the crypto industry is going to 10x, if not 100x from here. The whole thing. And with Bitcoin being the most dominant thing, there's a good chance that this 26,000 is going to be $1 million. It's your boy BSG. I'm going to holler at y'all in the next video.